Welcome back to 5-Minute Factions, a series where we spend 5 minutes or less talking about a faction's main mechanics, Zetas, Omicrons, team comps, mods, and 5 most common counters for 3v3 and 5v5 Grand Arena. Today, we're looking at the General Grievous Separatist droid team. Main mechanics for the team, Grievous taking a lot of bonus turns, B2 taking a lot of bonus TM gains, a lot of extra turns, basically interrupts, TM control, and AoE spam. GG lead is when you damage target locked enemies, you're pushing turn meter to the team, and you've got so many AoEs on the team, so many ways to get target lock, and so you just push TM, push TM, push TM, and you just run loops on them. You've got an AoE TM removal on Grievous's AoE as well, so you've got a lot of ways to remove TM and gain TM. Zetas. We have the General Grievous Unique, which is Metalloid Monstrosity. This is the most important Zeta. Whenever a droid or separate ally is defeated, General Grievous dispels all debuffs on himself, resets all of his ability cooldowns, and gains a bonus turn. So AKA, ally dies, he takes a turn, does his AoE, rips a bunch of turn meter off, or he'll do a big shot on someone and he ramps up his max health as the battle goes on, so the longer it goes, the more damage Grievous is doing. Next up is the B2 Unique Zeta. This is when B2 inflicts debuffs. All other Separatist droid allies gain 5% turn meter, so his AoE debuff is a huge turn meter push for his team. Next up is GG Lead, which is damaging target-locked enemies, pushes TM to the team. That's all our vital Zetas, so those are the ones I think you have to make the team work. Our good Zetas, we have the B1 Droid Battalion, plus 50 stacks Droid Battalion. He starts with 50 normally. And so having this doubles your stacks droid battalion. He has no health. He just takes damage and loses stacks. So let's see. He takes damage, dispel buffs, so he'll lose 8 stacks. So you're effectively buying yourself 50 divided by 8 turns worth of stacks. It's good, but you could make the team work without it, but I would recommend it. Obviously, that's what good means, right? All right, we've got the Droideka Unique. So this is if you use Droideka in your team. We'll talk about team comps a little bit later. It makes it where when he is deployed in the damage immunity, he will assist allies using abilities. He has a 35% chance, and it hurts. It does a lot of damage. It seems like, oh, you do 50% less damage. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Next up is Stap Unique, which is easier just to show you. So, as Sir Battle Strip is whenever an ally inflicts pen, so he's the only one that does penned, or target lock. So, a lot of the team does target lock. They do damage equal to 10% max HP of the enemy, so just extra damage as you're inflicting target locks and you're spamming those AoEs. Next up is Newt Unique, which is very similar. Whenever a Separatist inflicts debuff, they deal 5% max health damage to enemies, so very similar Unique there on Newt. Luxury Zeta, I don't have it. I wouldn't recommend it really, but you could. It wouldn't be a negative, right? Stunning Strike, if no buffs were dispelled, reset cooldown of this ability. This is a buff dispel. You are using it on enemies with buffs. I know you can also stun, but the odds of whoever you're hitting never having buffs. You've got buff spells, you buff immunity, but like, is this really worth the Zeta? This is an Omega upgrade in my opinion. This is not a good Zeta ability. It's not a bad ability, but it's not a good Zeta ability. The ones I wouldn't do are the BB-8 ones if you use BB-8 in the team. This calls resistance allies. There's no resistance allies on the team, so no need to do that. When BB-8 evades, droid allies recover 8% health protection. He's not really evading that much because in this team, he's going to be taunting when he's the only droid. So if all active allies are droids, he taunts. So you're not really going to be evading a ton. So you're not really going to see much use out of that either. So I wouldn't get either of the BB-8 ones, and he's a very niche pick for the team. All right, let's talk about the team comp now that we're through that. So you've got your core Grievous team. That's Grievous, B2, B1, and Magna. Fantastic. That doesn't change. Then you've got your mode-dependent picks or just generic picks. In TW, Droideka with the TW Omicron. We'll talk about Omicron in a minute. But Droideka with the TW Omicron is going to be your best lineup. In GAC, Stat with the Stat Omicron. Going to be your best lineup. If you're not doing an Omicron, you can use any of these. My personal favorite has always been BB-8 because BB-8 gives droid allies a ton of turn meter at the start of battle. So droid allies gain 8% turn meter for each active droid ally. So your entire team starts with huge TM boost, and you can start getting going first. Newt Gunnery is an extremely popular choice because he actually revives himself, giving you an extra trigger of Grievous's Zeta, like we talked about earlier with Metalloid Monstrosity. So Grievous gets to have an extra turn, and it just helps turn the battle back in your favor. It's worth mentioning now that Magna Guard stealths all Separatist droid allies at the start, except for himself. So Newt and BB-8 will not get the stealth. Stap and Druidica would. But that's how that normally plays out. Now let's talk about the Omni. So Druidica's TW Omni is a monster. I mean, it's crazy. Read it on your own. If you want a TW Omni for this team, this is a good one. You will not be disappointed with the Omni. That's how I'll leave it. I just haven't had a Relic Druidica for all that long, to be honest. I've never really used him. This is a great GAC Omni if you want a good GAC Omni, but I would say that the Druidica one is a more impactful Omicron. The Snap one is good, but it's not obscene. But the Druidica one is very, very strong and very meta right now. And those are your only two Omni options for the team. Let's talk about mods briefly here. So Grievous is just health. His damage is based on his max health. I've got a health arrow, a health triangle, health cross, health circle, and all health sets. Everything is health secondaries. I think my Grievous has 159,000 health at Relic 7. So he has a lot. B2, the most popular combination is potency, tenacity, 2 sets of tenacity. I only have 1 set of tenacity because I have a tenacity primary here, so I don't feel like I need more than 135% tenacity. If you want a potency primary on your cross, get 2 sets of tenacity. B1, most common, is offense potency. I prefer speed potency. I want him healing more, taking more turns. He's not the damage dealer for the team. I disagree with offense potency as the most popular set. Magna Guard is 3 health. That's fine. 3 health and a crit avoidance arrow is the most common. I don't think his mods matter all that much, but 3 times health is the most common. Druidica, offense health is the most common. I prefer offense potency, or offense tenacity. I don't want him getting stunned or ability blocked, but offense health is completely fine as well. Snap is speed health. You just want him taking lots of turns, doing lots of really nasty things. Newt, we have speed potency instead of speed tenacity. I don't know why I have tenacity. There's no good reason. I just don't really use Newt all that often. Speed potency for Newt, and BB-8 is speed health. Now for counters in Grand Arena. In 5v5, the most common counters for the Grievous team, and I just did total most seen counters, so that's not really paying attention to who the 5th is. Wampa, Gungans, General Skywalker, OG Night Sisters, and Bad Batch. Obviously, in Grand Arena, the stat lineups will have less counters. I could have filtered for that, but I said let's just look at the generic team. In 3s, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Wampa, Radis, Bo-Katan, and Gunyet. That's the Grievous Separatist team. Thank you so much for watching. I know we ran a little bit longer. We're coming up on 8 minutes here. Thank you so much for all the support for the series. If you're not subscribed, please do. We are pushing for 1,000 subscribers this year. We've got about 65% of our viewers aren't subscribed, and I would appreciate it. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.